Andy, we just had Microsoft on the show this week unveiling their quantum computing chip, and it just feels like the field went from like an episode of Star Trek to all of a sudden real-world applications. You pulled together this funding fairly quickly. Talk to us about what happened over the last couple months that allowed this breakthrough to happen.
Well, it's an overnight success that takes about 7 or 8 years. It's just that everything's coming to fruition at once. And so from the investor point of view, you're seeing all these exciting activities and you're thinking it's all happening now, but it's been going on for a long time. We're all just now reaching the surface where people can see us. You know, we've been for about 7 years, probably used 50, 60, $70 million to get to where we are. And now having sold quantum machines and pushing the boundaries of the technology, we're 3 to 5 years away from useful quantum computing as an industry, as a society, in my opinion. And I think that we're going to be one of a small handful of companies that are going to demonstrate and deliver useful quantum computers. And that is going to be transformational.
How much does the retail investor, the institutional investor, need to understand the differences in methodology here? Because people are doing it. Willow is different from what we've just seen from Microsoft.
Yes. So we call them modalities, but they're really approaches. They're underlying technological differences. Microsoft just announced a new one. So we'll say there's 5 different modalities or technological approaches that people are using to create a quantum computer. There's neutral atoms, there's superconducting, there's ions, there's photons, and there's the Microsoft topological qubit. I think that you're probably going to see several different modalities focus on specific use cases initially. And so I don't think you're going to see one that's going to reign supreme. If I had to guess, I happen to think the neutral atom quantum supercomputing that we're building is likely the ticket that is going to win. But I think you're going to see. Yeah, well, it's funny how you like where you are. But, you know, it's not just building the underlying quantum computer, it's the algorithms that are required so that you can do something useful with them.
Yeah, so tell us about the usefulness here, Andy, because we had a great discussion with Microsoft really talking about how we could end forever chemicals, for example. Where are your applications about to work in that 3 to 5 year time frame you talk of?
Yeah, well, it's going to be baby steps. I mean, you know, one way to think about it are things like life science, material science, drug discovery, new materials, superconducting materials at room temperature, new forms of encryption. These are applications. The methodologies are simulation, optimization, and machine learning. These are the things, the techniques that quantum computers can, with unique power, bring to bear to solve those kinds of problems. I think initially, 3 to 5 years from now, you're going to see the very beginning of quantum supremacy, where very small niche-based problems are going to be solved that classical computers are never, ever, ever going to be able to solve. And then very quickly, in a handful of years after that, you're going to see whole industries start to be transformed.